Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just want to give you an update on the work at the shop. I'm working on a 2016 BMW X5 with an N63 engine. As you can see, it's a 5.0 X drive, which means it's all-wheel drive. And the problem with this one is an oil leak through the oil pan, the upper oil pan. For this one, you need to drop the entire subframe, even though the repair information, let me just show you, I got the subframe there, and this is the upper, and that small one is the lower. The axles got to be removed. The differential has to be removed. I got them in here. Um, I'm trying to get as organized as possible. Don't separate, oh, sorry, don't mix the balls. These are some of the externals. These are the internals on the oil pan and the upper oil pan. And I try to keep it like that. I also have some of the balls on the upper oil pan, like these short ones are external, and those are for the small oil pan. They're supposed to be replaced, so I have all that stuff new, but I always like to not mix it because I want to make sure that I put all the lengths as they go. Let me show you here. I already got everything removed. You need to remove, replace these O-rings. There's two little uh, feeds for the oil pump. That's where the oil pump goes. Let me show you the oil pump. It's right here. Um, the oil pump has a gear which is down in here. That's the oil pump gear. It's pretty easy. Just you need a T30, sorry, a T45 and a 13 millimeter to get the oil pump. This is the one that has T30. That's just the feed for the oil pump, and it has the normal filter in there, which has some little debris, which I will clean before installation. You need to replace that ring on the back, and this is the other tube that I was referring to. It has an ring inside on the top and on the bottom. I just like to leave stuff in there before I need to reinstall. This is the oil quality sensor. The motor mount on the passenger side has to be removed in order to get the pins and everything with more room. Again, as far as the repair information, it doesn't show or ask to remove the subframe, and I'm going to show you that. Let me turn the lamp off. Again, all this is in ISTA, so I just visit everything in here. And if we see, this is the steps of the repair information: drain the oil over the front axle, just lower. I'm gonna tell you, if you can, like I did, put a, it's gonna be very hard to see, but I got the Schumacher engine frame, or to hold the engine from the top. I put a chain on the back and in the front, and this lift in here is just also helping that upper bracket to not be holding all the way while I work in here. So if anyone fails, at least I got a chance to run away and not kill myself, right? The transmission is held by the transmission mount, so that's not a problem. All you need to remove is also the shaft, and then 4 bolts in here, which are E14. Those you don't need to replace, but the rest, which are E12s, they need to be complete refresh. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I have also all the sequence. You need to remove the oil filter because there is two bolts right inside where the filter is. And then the ones are like through the oil filter or next to the oil filter in between the transmission and the pan. You have like plastic plugs to remove. That is pretty simple. Uh, that is the sequence for torque and torque specifications. I have everything in here. That's what I love to work with original information because there is no mistakes. So yeah, these are the bolts 12 and 16 that I was referring to, and the ones in behind or between the transmission and the engine that you cannot see because it's just a hole through the bell house, and it's from 24 to 27. It's pretty easy. And then same thing that tells you how much you need to put of silicone in here. A 4 millimeter bit in between there is very important, and that's what I think. This is also shown with the transmission remove. If you're not removing the transmission, you don't have to put that, but that's what they recommend you to do. I'm just going to leave this in here so you guys can see all the information as well. And again, this is the sequence, 1 to 27 to 27 millimeters, and blah blah blah. All the torque specifications, so you guys can have it as well. Again, this is an N63 engine, N63B, N63, they'll have the same layout. And then just assemble the engine, pretty basic. Let me see if I have the torque spec for the lower all sum section. Yep. So I can put that in here, and the torque timing is right here. So let me just go back 1 second. So it should be 2AZ, 1113 2AZ. So 2AC, you got 2. And then that's the difference in between the threads. One, if it's a 8 by 25, or the 8 by 45 is 27 millimeters, sorry, newton meters. If it's a 6 by 25, it's only 10 newton meters. Pretty simple. Like it's again, you got the information. It's nothing really important or that hard to do. It's just a lot of work. You need to remove everything, uh, preload the suspension again when you installed everything back, and then you're good. As far as the um, power steering, I just unplug the cables that goes to the front right here, and then just remove the clips, and then just hold the wires in here, and then with a E12 remove the one that comes from the steering. I always put a wire mark in here. The steering is being held by uh, one of those I use for the alignment. I forgot the name of that. But yeah, it's pretty easy, just to make sure it goes into the same position. Otherwise, you need to remove and install back in to make sure the steering is straight. This is pretty straightforward repair. Again, it's just a lot of work. This is just an cooler. Uh, this is held by 210s. Pretty simple. Let me just show you around. And that's what I'm been working on today. So yeah, I try to keep my workspace pretty clean. I bought that tray so I can put heavier stuff and bigger stuff, and all the dripping stays there. I always keep a rag on the floor that I can move around with my feet and pick up any small drips that might not catch. I'm going to start to clean everything back and reinstall with new gaskets. I got everything original from the dealer. Let me just show you that too. This should be the part number for the lower. This is the upper gasket, and that is the part number for that. You need to refresh the two nuts for the axles and the clips, and the O-ring for the differential, which is right there. And again, all the little bolts that uh, I need to replace. As you can see, everything in here, that is for the oil pump. And yes, everything is in here. So we're gonna have, I think it's only 2 types of screws. These are the long ones, and the short ones should all be the same. Hopefully you all can see that. And these are the rings for those pipes that I was telling you in the oil pump. This is for the big one at the top and one at the bottom should be the same number. No, it looks like it's not. Something, maybe it's for another thing in there. And this should be the small ones. Yep. Trying to give you as much information because I know people is going to start asking about part numbers. That's pretty much all you need in here. This is just a differential seal that I always like to replace. Since the differential is out, let's just might as well do it, right? And obviously uh, the differential fluid. All right, so that's all you need. Hopefully it's gonna help somebody. This is around 17 hours of labor, very intensive, just for an oil leak, but it's yeah, it's very important to do too, especially next to the exhaust and the starter. So all right, guys, this is what is going on in the shop. After that huge storm that we got yesterday, I couldn't make it to work yesterday. I just got back from Costa Rica as well. And today, the roads are still really dirty. A lot of cars still on the side of the road when I was coming to work. Hopefully, it's not that bad when I go back home. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. I talk to you later. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Happy New Year. The best of the blessings, and I wish you the best in this 2022. Yeah, 2022. It's hard to say. Life goes so fast. All right, guys. Talk to you later. See you next time. Bye bye.